Look closely at this geometric structure. Logically, the angles of this shape cannot exist in physical space, yet your mind is constructing it for you right now, forcing you to see a solid object. This animated diagram represents the most common assumption about human vision. We think of our eyes like camera lenses, passively recording the outside world, sending that visual data to the brain, and then producing an understanding of what we see. In reality, the biological mechanism operates in reverse. Your brain generates a prediction about what is in front of you first, before the visual data even arrives. Only then does the brain use the incoming light from your eyes. It compares that sensory data to its pre-existing guess. If there is a discrepancy between the two, a mismatch error occurs, prompting the brain to adjust its initial prediction to align with the visual input. Because of this mechanism, you never actually observe reality directly. You are only ever looking at your brain's internal, pre-calculated prediction of the world. If your reality is quite literally a guess generated by your own mind, we have to ask how much of your daily experience is objectively real, and what is actually dictating the world you see. To understand why this happens, consider the biological reality of the brain itself. It is permanently sealed inside a pitch-black, silent skull. It has absolutely no direct contact with the outside world. Because of this complete physical isolation, the brain cannot simply look outside. It is forced to actively generate a continuous simulation of the external environment, entirely from the inside out. Neuroscientists have a specific term for this process. They define human perception as a controlled hallucination. The sensory inputs you receive, like the light hitting your retinas or the sound waves entering your ears, act strictly as a control mechanism. They act as tethers, keeping your brain's internal simulation grounded in the physical world. If you remove or ignore those sensory tethers, the exact same biological engine keeps running. Without the physical input to correct it, the simulation simply runs wild. We call that a pure hallucination. The only difference between standard perception and hallucinating is the presence of that sensory control. Every single thing you are looking at right now was manufactured by your brain long before the light ever hit your eyes. The reason the brain relies on this predictive model is evolutionary. The human brain's ultimate goal is not to present you with the objective truth. Its goal is to keep you alive. Processing every single detail of absolute reality requires immense amounts of caloric energy. To save energy and react to threats quickly, the brain relies on heavy mental shortcuts, what psychologists call cognitive biases. Confirmation bias is one of the most powerful of these survival shortcuts. It drives the brain to aggressively seek consistency by actively filtering out or ignoring any incoming data that contradicts what you already believe. This animated equation breaks down the definitive formula for human perception. Your pre-existing belief, combined with raw sensory input, dictates your final perception of reality. Your mind does not passively observe the world. It actively distorts the visual and social data around you to ensure that your external environment perfectly matches your internal belief system. Let's see how this biological theory dictates daily life. Take the example of a student who holds a deep-seated internal belief that they are strictly average. Because the brain prioritizes consistency over truth, this student's predictive mechanism will actively scan their immediate external environment to highlight their failures, awkward daily interactions, and low test scores. It uses those data points to confirm the existing bias. Simultaneously, the other half of that survival filter kicks in. The student's brain will downplay, ignore, or entirely delete their successes, compliments, and new opportunities simply because they do not fit the established pattern. The trap closes because the individual does not realize this filtering is happening. They look at their life and genuinely believe they are seeing an objective, unchangeable reality. As long as someone believes their flawed perception is the objective truth, they will never see a single reason to attempt to change their behavior. They get permanently stuck. But understanding that your brain lies to you provides a massive advantage. It means your primary obstacle is almost never the external situation itself. Your obstacle is your interpretation of that situation. If you want to change the trajectory of your life, you cannot start by trying to force your external circumstances to shift. You must first change your underlying perception, because when you alter the perception, you alter the reality your brain allows you to see. If you want more psychology-based insights, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.